Does a funny thing happen to your shot on the way to the basket? Well, maybe it's time you forget about your shooting form for a while and look in a new direction. Let's solve that inconsistent shot of yours by getting to the real source of your shooting problem for a solution: your head. You're about to discover the ultimate shooting method, a dynamic shooting breakthrough that can immediately put your jump shot, bank shot, and free throw into a winning groove shot after shot, game after game. We're also going to introduce you to a success mechanism inside your head that can help you get that shooting success you deserve.
Hi, my name is Stan Kellner, and for the past 20 years, I've been helping athletes find a winning difference with an innovative mental training program called Basketball Cybernetics. And now, because of a recently refined shooting technique called Sight Feel, it's your turn to free up the primetime shooter you know you can be. You'll find out how easy and how much fun it can be to achieve the eye, touch, stroke, and confidence of the great shooter. That is, as soon as you master the secret of the shooter's mind game. And you'll also have the proof that our shooting method really works. We'll first test the accuracy of your jump shot with a shooting game called Personal Best. And then, after you learn our ultimate shooting method, let's retest your shot to check its progress. Now let's go to the floor and demonstrate our Personal Best game. I want you to go out for 5 or 10 minutes and see how many shots you can make in a row. Now here's how you're going to do it. You're going to toss the ball out away from the basket, in the paint, or anywhere from 2 steps away from 5 steps. But nowhere beyond that, okay? It's going to be short shots, no bank shots. You're going to see how many you can make in a row. Now once you miss, you go back to 0. Let's demonstrate what we mean. Ron, come on out. He's going to toss the ball out, pivot, and shoot. Toss the ball out, pivot, and shoot. When he makes it, it's a score. When he misses, he goes back to 0. He sees how many he can hit in a row consecutively within 5 or 10 minutes. Remember your score, because that is your personal best record. No bank shots. Let's go to work.
There are 2 essential inner components of your shot, and it's about time you know them. They are the keys to your shooting success, and mastering them is a must. They are, number 1, sighting your target. Specifically, which part of the basket do you focus your eyes on while shooting? Is it the front of the rim, or is it the back of the rim? Is it the slither of space within the rim, or is it perhaps the loops holding up the net in direct line with your shot? Whichever one it is, it's not important at this point, as having a clear visual contact with your specific target. The second component to your shot is the feel. What is that feeling you experience while shooting? I don't mean the feel of the ball in your hands. I'm talking about that confident expectation that the good shooter has before releasing the shot. And if I had to define it in image form, what that feel is, it's a mental picture of the ball cleanly dropping into the basket and splashing the net. That feeling is essential to the success of your shot. You should also know that the feeling acts as a homing device that, in a real sense, guides the line, trajectory, and finish of your shot. Consistently getting that right feeling while shooting is as vital to your shot's success as the sighting of the target. Together and in that order, sight, feel, you've got the right ingredients, but they must be in order. Spotting the target, number 1, achieving the feeling, number 2. You'd be surprised how many shooters, poor shooters, look and shoot at the same time, pressuring and rushing their shot. Successful shooting is no different than opening a combination lock. Not only are the correct numbers necessary to open the lock, unless they are in correct order, the lock won't open. So, the sight, feel components must be in a smooth sequence. Sight, feel. The purpose then of our ultimate shooting method will be to, 1, sharpen your focusing ability. Number 2, teach you how to lock in that right feeling good shooters have before each and every shot. And once you master your sight and your feel essentials, your shot will achieve a groove that will astound you. Our shooting technique will accomplish one additional important dividend too. You'll eliminate all thinking, especially stinking thinking, while shooting. The primetime shooter's mind achieves a mindset called clear. For the primetime shooter, there are no over-concern, over-trying, overthinking habits that all poor shooters experience. The good shooter's mind is clear, uncluttered, and free of all extraneous interference like hoping, wishing, and wondering whether the ball will go in or not. Trying to make the shot must be avoided. You must have a clear, uncluttered mind to score consistently and in the clutch. Our method will help you keep your mind clear while shooting.
Question. I think you ought to know about this, and you should ask yourself this question. What do you have between your two ears? What is it? Is it cellophane, cotton candy? Is it a muscle? What do you got going on in between those two ears? Let me say this to you. It controls the shot, the trajectory, and the finish of your shot. Let's get inside that head and find out what the two essential ingredients are to your shot. And we've broken them down to two things. What you look at, number one, what you sight, what you focus on, and two, what you feel when you're shooting the shot. It's called sight, feel. Sight representing what you target visually as you pivot and face the basket, and two, what you feel when you're stroking the shot. Let's call that feel. All right, let's go step one now. Ron, come on in. All right, Ron, you're going to toss the ball out, and as you pivot, all I want you to do is identify your target, whatever it is. Front of the rim, back of the rim, the loops that hold up the net, or the cylinder itself, the space. All right, toss and turn and say sight. Sight. Let's everybody do it now in the gym. Sight. Believe me, it's very important to identify your target. In the pressure of a game, when you hear footsteps, or when someone is defensing you, sometimes you lose your sight, your focus. Nothing can be accomplished without proper focus. What is your goal? See it. Clearly see your goal. I want you to do phase one, the first essential of sighting your target. What is your target? Front of the rim, back of the rim, the loops, the cylinder, the space itself, whatever it is. As you pivot and turn and do not shoot, I want you to say, command if you will, the word sight. So there are two components to your shot, inner components. One is, what do you look at? Sight. Now, it's very important as you pivot and turn that you command the word sight. The second one, the second component, is what do you feel as you're stroking the shot? Again, if we had to put this into picture form, it would be an image of the ball dropping in to the basket. Let's all associate the word feel as the ball drops in. Come on in close. Put the ball in, and let's associate the word feel. Say it, feel. Everybody say it. You got to link the word feel with the ball dropping in. All right, here's what I want you to do. Now, I want you to go out and do this drill a dozen times. Ron is going to toss the ball out. He's going to pivot and shoot. As he says sight, he's locating, targeting his goal visually. As he says feel, he's stroking the shot. He is feeling the ball dropping in to his target. Either it's the front of the rim or the back of the rim, but it's dropping in. Feel. Let's all associate ourselves with what Ron's doing. Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Sight, feel. All right, stop. So, you're going to go out and you're going to do this a dozen times. But here's how I'd like you to do it, without a ball. Put the ball down, Ron, and I want you to do this a dozen times. Toss, turn, and command sight, feel as you shoot the ball. But as you command the word feel, what are you going to feel? The ball dropping into the basket. Go. Sight, feel. Everybody say it. Sight, feel. sight, feel. Move around. Locate your target. Feel the ball dropping in. As you're stroking, okay, let's go to work. 12 times without the ball, 12 times with the ball. What we're going to do is associate the two words with success out here on the floor. All right, let's get someone that's had success with the sight feel. Come on out. All right, I want you to toss, turn, and shoot. As we watch, let's associate the act with verbally commanding the two words. Let's go. Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Feel. Everybody say it. Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Okay, stop. All right, now I want you to do something else. We know sight, feel. We've linked it with the best shooting. Now what I want you to do is play a 3-act game. This is very important. Now we're going to get into the primetime shooter's mind. And we're going to use the physiology and the attitude of a primetime shooter. Now this is what I mean. Before you shoot, as you toss the ball out, I want you to play a game called Act As If. I want you to act as if you can't miss a shot. I want you to act as if you're unstoppable. I want you to act as if you're invincible. I want you to act as if you've never missed a shot. That's Act 1 of your 3-act play. Act 2, while you're shooting, I want you to remember this philosophy. Never shoot a shot to make it. Shoot it because it's there. Let me say that again. It's the primetime shooter's code. Never shoot a shot to make it. Shoot it because it's there. That will relieve the pressure of the shot. Don't add importance to it more than it is. No one shot wins the game. Even if it's the final shot and you're down by 1, if you have the attitude of it's life and death, it's not going to go in. You've got to have this attitude. Never shoot a shot to make it. Shoot it because it's there. Let's repeat that statement, that command. Never shoot a shot to make it. Shoot it because it's there. Let's all do it again together. Let's believe in this. Never shoot a shot to make it. Shoot it because it's there. You guys that fade on your shot, you're over-trying. You're so concerned about your shot, you're over-trying. And you'll be surprised how many wrong muscles get involved in your shot, like those back muscles pulling you away. You've got to have Act 2 down pat. Never shoot a shot to make it. Shoot it because it's there. Act 3 of your 3-act play to become a primetime shooter. And it's this. Act as if you just made the shot. Always act if you just made the shot. Even if you missed it, act as if you made it. Now, how can you do that? Well, all I want you to do now as you go out and shoot is remember how you felt after you made the shot. And then substitute that feeling for that bad feeling, the bad feeling you have after you missed the shot. You got it? 3-act play. Act 1. You're going to throw the ball out and toss and turn as if you've never missed. You're going to say sight. As you're stroking, you're going to shoot it because it's there, not to make it. If you've got that feeling, the feeling will guide the ball. 3, after you miss or make, you're going to act as if you made it. If you miss, you're going to substitute that good feeling you had after you made it. All right, let's go to work.
During game competition, the sight, feel, verbal commands are not vocalized out loud or to yourself. Shakespeare said it right, the play is the thing. In competition, just play and just shoot. You'll find your mind will be surprisingly uncluttered, focused, and clear. By developing the habit of keeping your mind busy by saying sight, feel, as you shoot in practice drills or shoot by yourself, while going for your daily personal best games, you are conditioning your mind from thinking self-criticism, doubting, and trying. Remember, trying to make the shot creates its own feeling of pressure, which directly interferes with the confident feeling you'll be developing. Trying also promotes a jerky, tense shooting release. Each time you sight feel, you are sharpening your focus and improving your feel essential and advancing your shooting accuracy. But in the games, no sight feel is necessary. With a little time, you'll find your mind will be freer and clearer in competition and your shot grooved.
Probably 95% of you improved your score. Now what about the other 5%? Let's find out what you aim for. Now, earlier I asked you, what do you aim for? Front of the rim, back of the rim, the space? Let me give you another target. Come on out. Here's a player that did not improve, and his goal is the space. Let's just try something else. Let's give him a more specific target. John, I want you to look at this. Take a look at this. It's the loop that holds up the net. It's in the shape of a W. On some breakaways, it's a loop. But I want this to be your target. Say sight to this. Say it again. Sight. Say it again. Sight. All right. Toss, turn, and shoot, and look at your target, and make sure it's the loops. Again. All right, stop. Now, there'll be times when you're on a court when you'll be between two loops. So you identify the two loops, the two W's, and then the steal in between. But you must identify a specific target. This is our master tip for sighting. The loops that hold up the net. All right, go ahead. Say feel as you're shooting. Act as if you just made it. Say feel as you're stroking your shot. Feel. Say it again. Feel the ball go above and over and dropping in your target. Your target is a loop. Your feel is the ball dropping over the loop. It's specific, it's clear, it's precise, and you've got a clear-cut target. Act as if you just made it. If you should miss, you act as if you just made it. As you toss the ball out, you're unbeatable. All right, stop. When you said sight, did you see your target? Did you see your target? What was your target? The loops. And when you said feel, as you were stroking your shot, you were feeling the ball going in. Is that the right sequence? Okay. You see, shooting men and ladies is like opening up a lock, and you cannot open the lock without the right combination. But the combination must be in the correct order. Sight, feel. You'd be surprised how many of you shoot in the crowd or shoot in the paint on the open court, and you're rushed in your shot, and what happens is you shoot and feel at the same time. In other words, you shoot and sight at the same time. It's got to be in that proper sequence. Okay, thanks, John. You can also do personal best off of dribbles. The game of basketball isn't just a stand-up shot. It's also off the dribble. So go for personal best every day off of 2 dribbles. Create and establish your best and go for it every day. Remember to say sight, feel as you pick the ball up off your dribble. Sight, feel. Toss it out as you turn, say sight. Now, after you dribble, sight, feel. Sight, feel. If you miss, you act as if you just made it. sight, feel. Okay, stop. So go for your personal best off of 2 dribbles. Create your best score, know what you're going for, and go for it daily.
Do you know that each time you take a shot, a mental image of that experience is stored into the memory bank of your brain? So is the feeling you had when you triggered the shot. These stored mental experiences and feelings are the vital feedback instructions that control your shooting habits and tendencies. Your brain is a biological computer. You might as well believe it. Brain scientists do. And as soon as you do, we can give you a surefire method that can help you reprogram your mind to achieve a real shooting groove. Cybernetics is a science that not only created the electronic computer, cybernetics provided answers to what brain scientists now know about the great mysteries of how the brain controls behavior and performance. Let's look at some of these cybernetic comparisons of the brain and the computer. Understanding and believing them can tremendously help your shot. Number 1, there's a cybernetic performance mechanism inside your head that controls the trajectory and finish of your shot. It's your subconscious. And it's an automatic, reliable, robot-like mechanism that activates your body to get you to do all kinds of things, like walking, talking, chewing gum, and shooting a basketball. It's your habit maker. Number 2, your subconscious is impersonal. Since it operates on feedback, those stored images and feelings of your past shooting experiences, it doesn't care what you ask of it. It just does it. Give it any kind of feedback, positive or negative, and it will produce for you equal appropriate behavior. Now here's the blockbuster that will change your shooting destiny. Number 3, the subconscious cannot tell the difference between a real experience or a vividly imagined one. This means that if you will mentally picture a shot cleanly dropping into the basket enough times and attach a feeling to the image of the ball dropping in, as far as that impersonal, reliable subconscious is concerned, you've experienced a hit. Think of it. This offers you a fantastic opportunity to score hundreds, even thousands of successful shots each day in the movies of your mind and record them there for future performance. And this can be done anywhere you have some time to relax and visualize.
Your subconscious does not know the difference between what is real and vividly imagined. If you go to bed at night and close your eyes and imagine a ball going into the basket enough times, those experiences are recorded into the memory bank of your subconscious. Now what I want you to do is this. Every day, away from the court, either if you're sitting in a chair or before retiring at night, I want you to say 100 times, sight, feel. In that timeline, in that sequence, in that rhythm. Sight, feel. Sight, targeting your goal, whatever it is. If it's the loops, front of the rim or the back of the rim, feel the ball dropping in. If it's the loops, you feel the ball dropping in over the loop. I want you to say it 100 times. Sight, feel. Each time you say it, your subconscious is getting information, feedback, that tells you how to direct your shot. Those pictures, those images, those visualization experiences are as real as the ball dropping in on the court. You can even create a game situation and say sight, feel. You can be on the open court. You can be in the crowd. You can be in the paint. You say sight, feel, and you're experiencing the real thing as far as your R2-D2 subconscious gyroscope mechanism is concerned. So what's my assignment to you fellas and gals that are committed? 100 times say sight, feel, sight, feel, sight, feel. You can even say it while you're walking the halls in school or riding in the bus, not while you're driving a car. You have to say sight, feel, and each time you do it, that's an experience. You are commanding your control center with the right kind of instructions. Does this work? Absolutely. If you'll go for your personal best every day with the programming that we are encouraging you to do, you're going to find out that you're going to get the results. We're going to introduce to you our technique in shooting free throws. Now, is it true that you have a success mechanism that can guide the ball accurately every time? Well, obviously the goal is bigger than the ball that you use. You can take two of these basketballs and put it through the rim at the same time. Look how big this rim is. Take a look at how large this rim is. You two guys step up. I can take this rim, put your arms up, and I can back to back, back to back, and I can take this rim and put it right over these two guys. See how large the rim is in relationship, step through, man, to the basket? Well, and how do we get, thank you, your subconscious to direct that ball? Well, it's a cybernetic device. What's a cybernetic device? It's your electric alarm clock. It's your electronic computer of a brain. It's the same thing. Now, a lot of you people use the alarm clock to get up in the morning. You set it and you forget it. You don't think every 2 hours that I've got to see if it's working. You wouldn't get a good night's sleep. You've got to set your success mechanism for shooting as well. You're going to learn how to activate it and trust it. The two ingredients that you need is to set it and trust it. And we're going to show you our method for doing this. This is the ball dropping in. This is the feel that you should have. Remember our ultimate shooting method. It's sighting your target. Let it be the front of the rim. It's the feel of the ball dropping in. This is the feeling I want you to have as you say feel. Say it. Feel. Say it again. Feel. It's the ball dropping in. May I have the ball? As I shoot it and the ball goes straight, I want you to feel the ball going in. And say feel. Say it. As I shoot it. Feel. So this is our technique. I want you to set your success mechanism before you shoot by saying twice, sight, feel. Sight, feel. When you say sight, you're targeting the front of the rim, or the loop, or the back of the rim, whatever you're aiming for. When you say feel, you're actually feeling the ball. You're seeing the trajectory of the shot and feeling the ball drop in to your goal. Say it twice.
Sight, feel. Sight, feel.
All right, now we've got to clear your mental machinery. The way you do that is bounce a ball. As you're bouncing it, I want you to say bounce each time you bounce it. Why? Because as you say bouncing, you're not doing any thinking. And thinking interferes with the doing, especially in free throw shooting. So bounce the ball twice and say bounce, bounce. Pick the ball up before you can think. Say sight, feel as you shoot.
Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Sight, feel.
All right, go back a step to the foul line. No. A step.
Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Sight, feel.
Try to get a rhythm in what you're doing and don't rush through it.
Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Sight, feel. Sight, feel.
I go back to the foul line and keep shooting. Now remember, if you should miss a shot, act as if you just made it. As you approach the foul line, act as if you have never missed a shot, nor can you miss a shot. And as you're shooting the free throw, you know the shooter's code. Never shoot a shot to make it. Shoot it because it's there. Don't try to make it. Try is a 3-letter word for failure. Get into our shooting rhythm.